double honors to the elders and apostles of Good Milestone. Alright. Shalom to you. Alright, Aqua and Ark. Alright. Today the lesson is really about the term omnipresent. Alright, because if you don't know, Yahawah is omnipresent. Alright, and omni is a special term if you go into it. Alright. So what does omnipresent mean? Alright, we will look it up real quick. Let's go into the etymology. Omnipresent, okay, it's an adjective, and it means basically everywhere present in all places at the same time. Alright, so we talk about Yahawah here, don't forget, man. Alright, he said that 1,000 years can be like one day to him. Alright, so basically, you know, omnipresent means everywhere at the same time. It's from the 16th century, from the medieval Latin omnipresentem, nominative omnipresent, present everywhere, from Latin omnis, all, every, the omni, alright, blah blah blah. Omnipresent, alright. So let's get a few scriptures about it. And this is 2 Peter 3 and 8. But, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with Yahawah 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Alright, and that's even that's even second time in the scriptures. Alright, but here it talks about the Lord is not slack. Alright, in the same chapter, concerning his promise. Alright, because okay, people think, okay, so you know Yahawah is doing basically nothing right now, when he's actually sitting there, you know, just like he does a little little break, okay. So this is actually only a little break to Yahawah. This is not like you think it is, you know, like here, you know, 1,000 years are already gone, and for him also namen, okay. He's not like you, and he's not a human, man, okay. So for him it would be only like, you know, 2 days basically, alright, pass by. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to us, what, okay. So for Yahawah, 1 day to basically endure this wicked world is already having great patience, basically, you know, having kind of long suffering spirit, you know, okay. Because the scripture is telling you that he is wicked with the angry with the wicked every day. So if you think about it, for him it is still 2 years, 2 days, okay, not 2,000 years, but okay, again, this is actually 2 times in the scriptures, this calculation, alright, but he can be at the same time angry every day with you, you see? So he's not limited, alright, by the things what we can basically perceive as reality, alright, as a human being with a brain, okay? if I push a sword to your brain, alright, a medieval sword, alright, to your brain, alright, then your brain is blocked and your brain is it doesn't work anymore, alright. But Yahawah is not limited by this shit, alright. And the brain is not a shit, by the way, because he created actually the brain, alright, very very complicated, man. Not like a dolphin, alright. The dolphin can use the right side of the brain, um, and can choose between the left also. He can a dolphin can basically think with his left and his right, depends on what the dolphin wants. And that's actually interesting. Okay, but the human brain is basically to have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahawah, Hasham, Yahawashi. Or you want to be a beast, man. All right, a beast. Or you want that, and guess what? Then you don't got it, man. All right, and of course you have to be a Hebrew Israelite also, because that's necessary to make it out of here in the end, basically. When you have this truth, all right. Only Israelites will be delivered, man. All right, that's a fact, man. Okay, and this scripture is actually very very beautiful. All right, I don't want to end here, but it can be. But let's get to 1,000 years in the King James Version Bible, right? And you will see, all right, that this is actually so we've read, okay, Second Peter, uh, Psalms 90 and 4, for 1,000 years in thy sight are about as yesterday when it calm, beautiful, when it is past, and as a watch in the night. All right, year tough he lived 1,000 years. Christ told he had seen no good. Do not all go to one place. Can't in the spirit world where Yahawah dwells, man. All right, but that's not what we look for here. All right. Um, you see, because he's not limited by other spirits than by himself, because he's the father of spirits. He's the father of creation, man. Okay, so he created everything. All right, what you see, what you cannot see. All right. Mm, page 1 of 33. Okay. Let's type in 1,000 years. All right. 1,000 years, and say maybe we will find something. Okay. Maybe it was even this in Psalms. Can't. I believe it was in Psalms even. All right. But I've read it in a German Bible. All right, so lucky for that. So basically, I was thinking that this is somewhere else, man. All right, you know, it's not so long at all, since I'm in this truth, when it comes to Germany, Thiemen and the Archeum, the German Chima's German camp, I was basically before that keeping the commandments by being in a basically alternative Christian uh, so-called group, alright, where I was learning how to keep the commandments, but of course it was all kind of like messed up, okay, because it would have anything to do with the gospel. And basically I was cursed because of that, if you read Galatians. And that's a good way to continue. Alright, let's get it real quick. Any other gospel, let him be. Okay, what we preached you. Oh no, let me get it like that. God, this keyboard is actually, I like it, but I sometimes Um, any other gospel? Can. Any other gospel? Can means yes. If you don't know, okay. This is Hebrew what we use, especially when, of course, we do our videos. Alright, because we want to make people tolerate the Hebrew more. Alright. You see, and this is alright. Galatians 1:8. But tough we or an angel, a dog we or an angel from heaven. Salakia. Preach any other gospel. Heaven means Shamayim in Hebrew. You should at least learn um, uh, the main prayer. Father in heaven, give us our daily bread. This and that. You should at least learn this in Hebrew. All right. But if we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you, you see, so I was in another gospel, alright, but I know that, a day is like 1,000 years with Yahawah, you know. I knew that this was actually two times in the scriptures, some way, but it was a German Bible, alright. So I believe it was actually very different, translated there, and we will do that real quick, okay, but then that which he has preached unto you, let him be accursed. You see, because I was actually cursed even when I kept the commandments. All right, so that's why I was basically, in a spiritual sense, knowing, oh, okay, I'm an Israelite. That just I was just, walking down the street, and all of a sudden I had the spirit on me, basically to think that I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and I was starting to fear, first off, so-called black rap music about the Jews. Um, First song what I what I was hearing is basically, for example, all black, all black. Uh, what was it? Kind of like a fat rapper, talked about sorry, but the Jews are all black, this and that, but for some reason um, I had it in a spirit, alright. It was not like I was actually, you know, doing that by myself, looking up things, this and that, of course, also, but it was mainly the point where I was starting to actually really believe that I'm a Hebrew Israelite by just walking down the street, and Yahweh put the spirit on me to basically push that on me, because he had to do that, that I know that this is actually an important thing, okay, to understand and to basically change my life according to it, man. That's beautiful, right? But I will type it in a German way, alright, and we will find out, alright, how this was written, okay? Because it was basically like, um, I just say in German, ein Jahr ist wie 1.000 Jahre by Yahawah, okay? By Yahawah. You see, it comes a little bit out of German, the English, but, ein Jahr ist wie 1.000, okay, Julie knows. So we use the so-called Schlachter 2000 Bible in German most. If we use a German Bible, what we don't do, okay, but if we have, or whatever reason, maybe, like I do it now, just to look up how this was actually translated to me back then, okay, it is the Schlachter 2000 Bible, okay. I used this Bible, of course, before I came in the truth, because it has the most similarities with the King James Version. Alright, it uses the same source text, basically, About let's come. 2. Petrus in German, 3 und 8. This also you should not, forget, basically. I translated to you, or what I translate here, respectful. Beloved, alright, that one day is with Yahawah like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like one day. And let's get the other one. Okay. There's a German site called Bibel server. Alright. when I see a dog walking up, I just remind myself of the video that the brother from GMS Nigeria uploaded. Basically, all the dogs what you see today are defiled by Esau and his defilement of, defiling the nature. If you look at these dogs, they, not so long ago, 200, 300, 400 years, they looked very different. They had different faces, different sizes, everything, man. All right, so I look different since I saw this video, man, from the arc. He uploaded this video basically going into and basically maybe Edomite, channel, mainstream media, YouTube, wanna be clever, okay, channel, but it was actually really clever. But if we go into the truth, then it is actually also useful and clever, because he really defiles even the dogs. What you can see right now, every dog is basically changed, man. Okay, like they are basically not that healthy anymore. Okay, because their faces are getting smaller. Like they used to look and be, let's say 50 years ago. Alright. So they basically defiled, you know, in a defiled even consciousness. Alright, but body actually, they don't look that way because people are not concerned about these things. Okay, about this truth, man. Alright, that Esau is actually defiling their life. Okay, their pets even. Okay, but so let's skip this real quick. Because I'm in the park. Alright, I want to go to a bakery real quick after this. Because I'm on my move. I'm not on my horse, but you know, I I sometimes just don't need it because you know I want to do a video also, and here's actually really sunny, right? Fun. So um, difficult to find it, um, 1000 Jahre, alright, um, wie ein Tag, okay, like a day, and we don't use the Morphton Luther Bible, you know. We will use the so-called Schlachter 2000, 2000, alright. Both are German, of course, and I also rebuke these Edomites and two-third Israelites in Germany. There's no channel what you can have in Germany, okay, of Christians keeping the commandments, being a Hebrew Israelite, or, could be a speckled bird also, or whatever, okay, and that I don't know and what I don't, rebuke at this point, when they keep the commandments, okay, with you in Babylon the Great War and so-called America, um, you don't even keep the commandments, alright, so of course you want to rebuke that also, but I was on Facebook, this and that, now I don't have Facebook and Instagram, alright, that's for my own reason, okay. Some brothers use it to just check out some chicks, and this and that, but, I don't do so, alright. And basically, I want a chick, I check her out in real life, basically, I don't, I'm actually not interested in social media, okay, but only YouTube. Um, I used to talk really a lot, man, with people who keep the commandments and who not, and it started to get really ugly in Germany if you think about Facebook and Instagram even, alright. So I used to change my whole life a little bit, you know, and then I started to delete these things, you know, basically. Um, can't, you know, and I'm also not so into the world that I actually, you know, need to have that, you know, let's say it like that, alright? But again, you can do it if you want, alright? I guess you are clever enough to use these things how they should be used, okay? But with Facebook, it was something different here in Germany, man. So you know, it's something different, man. Psalms 90 and 4, 1,000 years, you know, come. So basically, it is actually written the same way, okay? I would expect it, okay, but I have it otherwise in remembrance, okay? So I'm a little bit surprised also, okay, but you know, this is just confusion, man, okay, to use any other scripture but the King James version, okay, just say it like that. You know, so I had to actually rebuke these heathens here in Germany with, of course, their German tongue, alright, because they actually believe at some point, you know, if you can speak English, that super duper, you know, you have to listen only to German videos. Now, man, okay, to the spirit, you will learn that language and you will get knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, okay, and you will learn by doing also, man, okay, what it, you know, doesn't say the scripture be like children, you know, be like children, okay? Because otherwise you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. And also Apostle Gabor said, alright, that English is the main language. So people who use German, some African language, whatever, man, okay, you're not interested in the truth of the Bible if you don't learn these things, okay? And even my father admitted, I will learn these things, but now he's eating swine's flesh again when he actually stopped it because I told him that way, you know, really friendly, you know. And you know, he eats it again, and he does not learn English to get, you know, and you know. But that's not our problem, man. We work out our own salvation, alright. And I rebuked them in German, and guess what, man? In at some point, even in English, man. Okay, these German internet pastors, you know, cursed gospel preachers, isn't that, you know? And I used, of course, the Schlachter 2000 so-called Bible, you know, because it is, as you can see, um, you know, it was basically the same what we've read in the King James version, all right? I used the German tongue, so they have even no excuse, basically by saying that, you know, you know. But you know, Matthew 18 and 3, you know, nobody will have an excuse, of course, you know. You know, time is up, man. Alright, if you don't see that GMS has the truth now, by now, okay. Even some people who weren't GMS, okay. Drew, man, Drew. Alright, because we use the Bible and the Bible only, and if you have a problem with something, it can be only from the Bible itself. You see. So let's read Matthew 18 and 3, and said, verily I say unto you, except you be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. And with that, all praises and honor and glory to Yahawah, Hasham, Yahawashi, Hasham, Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of good news. A really beautiful lesson. Okay. Yeah, actually the sun came out, you know, not for days because of this. It is actually really beautiful, okay, to teach you in the sun, but come. With that, all praises again to Yahawashi, Hasham, Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles.